Well, what's interesting about the enterprise application space is how much has changed in the last 10 years and how little has changed in the last 10 years. For instance, there's been significant market consolidation when we think about all the companies that have been purchased. However, most of those companies are still independent entities. Certainly there's been a lot of upgrades to sort of the core enterprise applications, like with Oracle or with SAP. However, if you look at the underlying technology, not really all that different. There are interesting new competitors like Workday and Salesforce.com, but the old dinosaurs, SAP and Oracle, are still around. There's been new technology like SaaS. However, there is still a lot of legacy technology out there. So again, while there's been a lot of change over the last 10 years, there's been very little change as well. Well, there were a number of things that impacted the changes or the lack of changes over the last 10 years. First off is just the fact that there are new technologies that permit new competitors to get up and running with significant applications much quicker. SaaS really does permit a new vendor to get a new application up and running. On the other hand, we can look at the consolidation that's happened over the last 10 years. And that's obviously been a huge impact, but it's also slowed down innovation at some of the larger vendors because they've been trying to digest all of these acquisitions. And then there's been the several economic traumas of the last 10 years. Remember, we started the decade with the dot-com bust, the post-Y2K 9/11 recession, and then we ended the decade with this massive financial initiated recession that, again, has slowed down the ability of enterprises to invest in next generation. Well, there's going to be increasing disruption when we think about the enterprise application space going forward. First, there's still going to be acquisitions. I snuck into Larry Ellison's office, looked in his desk, and his checkbook still has checks. So we can expect all the major vendors and even mid-sized vendors to be on the acquisition trail looking for opportunities. Next is going to be other disruptors, such as new leadership. Obviously, Leo Apoteca taking over as the head of Hewlett-Packard perhaps has some interesting implications for the enterprise application space. We're going to continue to see new technology starting to make an impact, such as mobility, such as social media, such as the tsunami of data coming our direction. So 2011 is going to see a lot of disruption that's going to impact the core applications as well as the vendors that sell them.